What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Today, I want to talk about something that is happening amongst many talented black men all over the Western world, most notably in the UK, Canada, and in the States. Black men are just looking for other options in women. And those options are not just limited to black women in the community. And of course, those of us in the pro-black community, we are very concerned. Those in the Pan-African world, those who are in the FBA world, you're very concerned because some of these guys, not all, but they're not even giving black women, as it would appear at a time, of consideration. And why is that? Okay, we're not saying this is for every black man, but a lot of the black men, why are they looking someplace else? The Jamie Foxxes of the world, some of your basketball players, some of your professional black men, why are they looking someplace else? Is it because they're not attracted to black women? Is it because black women have an attitude? Well, here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Rich Paul and Adele, or Adele, however you pronounce her name. Adele is a British singer, very, very talented. She got with Rich Paul. You know, he's very, very close to LeBron James. And here is what I can consider, okay? And this is relationships that I feel happen often. When the relationship first starts, everything is good. You're on a clean slate, okay? That is what I believe. Black woman, white woman, okay? However, there are going to be tumultuous times in relationships. This happens before you get married. It happens after you're married. Why is it that black men, a lot of these brothers, are staying with white women? Here is what I honestly believe. All wars are won and lost in the trenches, okay? And when it comes to those disagreements, when it comes to fighting for the relationship, when it comes to hammering those issues out, black men and black women, for whatever reason, have a hard time establishing who is what in the relationship. Black man feels he's the leader. Maybe the black woman feels like he's the leader. And at a certain point, it's easy to give up. I noticed though with these other races, and this is what Adele also, when the relationship was having turmoil, she really fought to be in the relationship. And I'm not saying that black women do not fight to be in relationships or black men don't, but it appears that in certain communities, you just can see a little bit more care to be in a relationship instead of just, well, F it then, right? Or I'm not gonna try as hard. And I feel like when this situation happens, and even though I'm putting a little bit, you might think I'm putting a little bit on it, I think this is where relationships are won and lost. When it's hard and it's tough and things are bad, how do you get over that hump? And here is where I feel other races are more able to do so, simply because they've seen their fathers and mothers go through similar situations. And then it puts black women at an extreme disadvantage because they just haven't seen it. It's too easy to go back to, okay, you know what? I can just go back by myself. I can just go back to being a single mom. I can just go back to doing what I'm doing. You know, I don't really need to deal with all this. It's too easy to go through that. It's too easy to go back to that. And you're just not seeing this with these other groups. And Adele really fought to be there. So you know what a guy like Rich Paul can think? Lifelong partnership. This woman wants to be with me. I feel like I can trust her. If I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna be with somebody. She don't need me for my money. And there's plenty of black women out there that could say that about, you know, that he can get with. But as far as the long term that wants to be in the relationship and wants to fight to be in a relationship, here's a woman that wants to do that with me. So let me go there. And that is what the black community is missing on both sides. It's not just black women that go through that. As black men, we got to be honest. If things get too hard for us, we like, look, well, damn, I don't know who you talking to. Shoot, I can get up out of here. We're not gonna sit here and act like we don't say that. You know, we'll shoot back to the streets then. F it then. Ain't nobody worried about you. And that's just not how businesses work. That's just not how marriages work. And the older I get, the more I understand that that's just not how life is. You gotta fight to wanna stay together. You gotta fight to want to keep the business together. You can't run a business like that. You can't run a community like that. And when I see these two, I see some evidence, at least on her side, wanting to fight and stay in the relationship, doing whatever she can to make sure the relationship is there, which in turn makes this man feels like this is a life partner. And then when you ask the sisters, why do some of these black men go to other communities? Well, that might be a good reason. You know, it might be a good reason. A man wants to and must be felt like he's appreciated. I know we talk about the women, and the women must feel like to be appreciated too, right? But a man, certainly, it goes a long ways. If you're a woman and you're a woman that can make a man feel like he's made the right decision in being in a relationship with you, you got somebody. You got somebody. And that's one of the things that I really see a lot of the ladies in these other communities, especially the passport bros, you know, when they go to these other places or when they deal with some of these other groups, not saying it always works out, but I got a feeling like they believe like they are actually desired in that relationship. You know, like things can be tough, but it can be worked out in an amicable way. Things can become malleable again. I don't know how many black men or black women can feel that same way, you know? And that could be just because you're different in another community and all of that. I'm not sure. But that's just something that I just really been noticing. And a lot of black men are starting to really pick up on that. And like, you know, I know we're going to fight one day. I know we're going to argue one day. I know we're going to get all this one day. But is there a way that this can be worked out and we can get it back to be okay? Not to say that, you know, that you need to be with a black woman and talking to her crazy and doing this and that and the such. I'm not saying that. I'm not insinuating that. I'm not saying that. But goddamn it, we got to talk about this. Why isn't Rich Paul with a sister? Rich Paul met a lot of sisters. It's a lot of beautiful black women out there. And Adele got more money than him too. But do she make him feel like he's the prize? Is she competing for him? Seems like that's the case to me. How you talk to your man is very important. How you treat your man is very important. Money is what you have, but who you are is very important. And these are the things that a lot of people in our community don't value in relationships. How you talk to your mate, how you treat people, how you act. And it's both men and women. I'm noticing that. Who you talking to? Don't you know who I am? And listen, that's nice that you are who you are. It's nice that you are who you are. But we gotta be honestly serious. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Richard, for all you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.